Hello, good morning, everyone. I am Akshay, the conference manager from Nano Science and Technology Consortium. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome you all to the Sustainable AI 2025, the international conference on AI for Greener Planet. This conference is organized by Nano Science and Technology Consortium. It is a 17-year-old organization dedicated for advancing research and development in the emerging domains, including nanotechnology, biotechnology, and artificial intelligence. We provide workshops, courses, and conferences for esteemed organizations nationally and internationally. We are also privileged to partner with Sri Shivaji Institute of Engineering and Management Studies that is situated in Prabhani for this significant event. A special thank for our esteemed sponsor that is Panoptical AI, Rhinestay, and our publication partner STM Journals. So I welcome you all and let's begin with this conference. I welcome Chitra Gupta to begin. Hi Chitra, I hope I'm audible to you.
To begin, I would like to call Ms. Damini Sharma to introduce Panoptica AI.
Thank you, Chitra. Good morning. I am Damini, representative from Panoptical AI. Welcome to all. I would like to introduce you to all the Panoptical AI. At Panoptical AI, our goals is to provide AI solutions that are not just cutting edges but also are customized to meet the unique challenges of our industries. Whether I would like looking the boost efficiency, foster innovations, or uncover actionable insights. Our AI drives tools can help you get there, explore the transformation opticals of our solution cross range of industry. Thank you, Chitra.
Thank you, Ms. Damini. Now, I would like to call upon Mr. Sanjeev sir to introduce Rhinestone.
Thank you, Chitra, for the introduction. So, yes, we at Transstay are one of the leading supplier of the nanomaterials and nanotechnology-based solutions. So, we are a 14 years old organization who basically works to supply nanomaterials like metal oxides, diagnostic kits, and antimicrobial coatings for absorbent and non-absorbent surfaces. Apart from that, we are providing some kind of solutions to the industries like government organizations like DRDO, DFRL, and ISRO, and some pharma industries like Dr. Reddy, Glenmark, and Akums, Sun Pharma. So these are the industries which we are catering right now. So if there is any requirement of nanomaterials or nanotechnology-based solutions to the industries, to the educational institutes, so a person can contact us. The contact details will be provided with you in the chat box. Thank you. Over to you, Chitra.
Thank you, sir. Now, I invite Mr. Rishabh sir to introduce our publication partner, STM Journals.
Thank you for this opportunity. As I'm the representative of STM Journals Publication, which is a leading independent organization and a professional publisher of high quality journals and articles. We are committed to delivering cutting edge of researches to global audience, ensuring your work reaches the most relevant and impactful readers worldwide. At STM, we are committed to promoting open access journals as well as the transformative models for the research. We believe that the knowledge should be open and accessible to all, and we work closely with our authors, editors, and society partners in the academic community to ensure that our publications and resources are relevant, reliable, and accessible. With a focus on innovations and excellence, STM Journals is proud to be trusted partners for researchers and institutions around the world. We are dedicated to driving forward the frontiers of research and knowledge, and we look forward to continue to serve the academic and professional communities for the many years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rishabh, sir. Now, I would like to call Dr. Shastri for the opening remarks and keynote on the role of AI in environmental sustainability. He is an Associate Dean of Research and Development at HBTU Kanpur, is a BTech Gold Medalist from NIT Jalandhar and MTech Silver Medalist from IIT Delhi. With 20 plus years of experience, he has authored 22 books, published 64 plus papers, and holds 12 patents in renewable energy and heat transfer. He has received numerous awards, including the Best Teacher Award from JNTU Kakinda. Now, over to you, Sastry sir.
Thank you for the introduction. I will just share my screen. Yes. Is the screen visible? Yes. So we'll start. Am I audible? Can you please respond?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Thank you. So the topic we'll discuss on is role of AI in environmental sustainability, which is the theme of this conference. So if you move forward, 1 second. So just I wanted to ensure, is the screen moving to the second slide? Okay. I think it's there, no? Yes. Yes. So let's start. So sustainability is development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs. So when we talk about sustainable engineering, it maximizes the social benefit while minimizing the ecological impact. The social effect in terms of community activities, employment rates, and immigration. Economic activities in terms of business growth, employment rates, and inflation. And environmental effects in terms of environmental contaminations, endangered wildlife, and bird defects, death rates, severe asthma, etc. So these all things are being taken care of in the definition of sustainability. So now let's talk about AI and sustainability. Artificial intelligence is projected to play a pivotal role in the sustainability. So it is pioneering a new frontier altogether. So the revolution of AI has intersected with the sustainability narrative at a critical point in our technological journey. So if you see the data from World Economic Forum that predicts that AI could contribute 1.5% less in the global greenhouse gas emissions by 2030. So furthermore, AI is estimated to provide a staggering economic value of up to 15.7 trillion US dollars by 2030 itself. So therefore, AI has become a catalyst in driving sustainable practices in engineering and technology. Now let's see what is the definition of AI-driven technology in engineering. So it refers to computer systems capable of performing tasks that require human intelligence, such as decision making, pattern recognition, and problem solving. So machine learning, as you all know, is a subset of AI. It involves training models to learn from data, recognize patterns, and improve performance over time without explicit programming. Usually, it's used for predictive analytics, optimization, and control. Coming to optimization algorithms, so AI-based algorithms can solve
Excuse me, sir. Shastri, sir, voice not coming.
Now, I would like to call Dr. N.B. Dahesh Kumar, Associate Professor at Hindustan Institute of Technology, with over 6 years of teaching and 12 years of research experience. Dr. Kumar holds a PhD in computer science from Anna University. He has published 35 plus research papers and is an active reviewer for processing, IoT, and data science. He will now deliver his keynote on the impact of AI on advancing sustainability in technology. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, for my introduction. Shall I share my PPT? And PPT is visible.
Yeah, it is visible, sir. Please kindly proceed.
Good afternoon to all. My presentation topic is predicting extreme weather events with the AI. How AI will be used in a digital world to predict the extreme weather. Next, we discuss about introduction to extreme weather events. First, we discuss about definition of extreme weather. Extreme weather means it is a severe conditions that will differ significantly from average patterns. Here, different types of extreme weather will affect various regions in the world. So next, what is the different types of extreme weather? Extreme weather includes hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, heat waves, droughts. All these types of extreme weather have its own unique characteristics. Next one, how it will impact our economic. How extreme weather will impact economic. Extreme weather will leads to substantial economic loss. And also extreme weather conditions, it will disturb our business and also it will create loss to our business. Mainly, extreme weather will affect the local economics of the world. Next, what are the environmental effects? So, severe weather will provide environmental degradation. Severe environmental weather conditions will affect ecosystem and also our biodiversity. So, next, what are the social contributions for the weather conditions? Due to extreme weather conditions, we lose our life and also we displace our communities and also it will provide a challenge for creating emergency response system to avoid the extreme weather conditions. Next one, what are the trends in weather events? Due to increasing frequency and intensity, we can observe weather events extremely. So this will link it to the climate change. So next one, significance of weather prediction. What is the risk management in while predicting the weather extreme conditions? So government will follow various strategies to reduce the potential hazards after occurring of extreme weather conditions. Next, emergency response. We have to create an emergency response system to alert the extreme weather conditions to the people. Next one, economic impact. This will disturb our business and also it will reduce our business economic loss. Next one is public safety. In order to save the public, you have to alert some warnings to the communities. So next one, what are the traditional weather forecasting event methods available? In 1800, we can use meteorological stations to collect the data, weather data collection. In 1950, so introduction of numerical weather prediction. We use some computer simulations to predict the weather extreme conditions. In 1970, we developed the satellite technology to enhance the real-time data for the weather analysis. In 1980s, advancement in computational power will allow to create a complex model to improve the forecasting accuracy. So in 1990, various forecasting techniques will be used to increase the reliability of the uncertainties in the predictions. In 2000, we integrate the radar systems that will cover the short range forecasting in order to predict the weather events. So next one, what are the AI technologies used to predict the extreme weather conditions? So machine learning we are using, deep learning we are using, so natural language processing, computer vision. So these are the different AI technologies used to predict the extreme weather conditions. Next, what are the data sources available for the prediction of extreme weather conditions? So meteorological data, we collect satellite images. Based on the climate models, we can collect the atmospheric conditions to predict the future weather conditions. And also social media data, crowdsourced data. And also we are using various environmental sensors to collect the real-time data to predict the extreme weather conditions. Next, what are the methodology used by the AI technology to predict the weather conditions? First method is a data collection. Collect the data, then pre-processing. We can clean the data and also we can organize the data to ensure the quality of the data. Next, model development. We can use various AI models to train the data to improve the accuracy. Next, validation. So test model are used to evaluate the prediction accuracy. So last one, next one, deployment, then feedback loop. So next, what are the notable examples of AI success? AI will enhance the accuracy of predicting the hurricane, and also AI will analyze the floods occur in the various parts of the world. And also by using AI, we can alert the heat wave that will occur in the world based on the historical climate data. And also we can use AI to warn the tornado to the people. Next, what are the challenges we have to face to predict the extreme weather conditions using AI? So data quality. So incomplete or inaccurate data that will lead to unreliable predictions. Next one, computational limits. For processing a large data sets, we need a high computational systems. Next one, model interpretability. We can use various AI models to predict the extreme weather conditions and also rapidly changing conditions. Sometimes extreme weather will evolve quickly. Therefore, this will complicate the prediction of the extreme weather conditions. So next challenge will be integration of diverse data. So next one, what are the key findings on AI and extreme weather predictions? So enhanced accuracy in forecasting and also importance of diverse data sources. We can collect different data sources to predict the extreme weather conditions. And also we have to face various challenges while implementing the AI technologies in order to predict the extreme weather conditions. So fourth one is a potential for community safety. So AI models will be used to provide a safety to the people. Next key finding will be ongoing research and development. So there will be a continuous developments in AI technology to predict the extreme weather conditions. So what are the successful AI implementations in the world? Google will develop a DeepMind's GraphCast Google will utilize historical weather data to enhance the forecasting accuracy. Next successful AI implementation will be IBM Weather Company. So IBM company will implement AI-driven models to analyze large size of data sets and provide weather forecast. So last successful AI implementation will be Climacel's new casting technology. This company will use the real-time data and also machine learning to predict the extreme weather conditions. So my presentation is over. Thank you for my presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Mahesh. Next, I would like to introduce Dr. Ravichandran, Professor and Head of the Department of Chemistry at DRK Institute of Science and Technology, Hyderabad. Dr. Ravichandran completed his PhD in chemistry in 2006 from Madhuraj Ramraj University. He has 18 years of experience in teaching and research, having published 175 international papers and 16 patents. His expertise is focused on sustainable chemistry, and he will share his insights on greener chemical process through AI. Welcome, sir. Now over to you.
Thank you, madam, for the nice introduction. A very good morning to all of you. I am delighted to be here. It is my privilege and honor to welcome you all for this international conference. At the outset, I am very thankful to the organizing team, especially STM journal team, for having given me this wonderful opportunity. Today, the 21st February and tomorrow 22nd February are considered to be a Green Letters Day in the history of STM journal, as we are all gathering for this international conference on artificial intelligence for a greener planet. First of all, I appreciate the organizing committee for having selected this theme on sustainable artificial intelligence 2025. I feel this conference is another milestone, another stepping stone in the successive path of constructive activities of the STM journals. I'm sure this conference would provide a wonderful platform for the academician, research scholars, students for academic interaction. I would like to give a presentation on the topic climate change and artificial intelligence role in mitigation. Actually, the next slide, please. So this is my college. You can see that I'm working as a professor in chemistry and HOD in the Department of Chemistry at the DRK Institute of Science and Technology. Next slide. Actually, there are 4 industrial revolutions. Next slide. Next one. 4 industrial revolutions that shaped our present world. And these industrial revolutions marked a major turning point in our history. And this industrial revolution has influenced almost every aspect of our daily life. And the modern world has been influenced to a greater extent due to this industrial revolution. The first industrial revolution that happened in the year 1765, in which the invention of the steam engine by this James Watt, that has changed the world, how the goods were produced in the world. And this invention of this James Watt, this steam engine, has focused converting the heat into mechanical work, and this would lead to the development of another field called thermodynamics. The second industrial revolution, next slide please, that happened in the year 1870 by the discovery of this electricity and using the fossil fuels like petrol, diesel, coal, oil, etc. This marked remarkably for the revolutionary development in the field of communication as well as the transportation technology, which made our lifestyle more changeable and they made our life more comfortable. The third industrial revolution, next slide please, that happened in the year 1969, in which the nuclear energy entered into the world. And then fourth industrial revolution, next slide please, that happened in the year 2000, like internet, digital era, and recently we have the artificial intelligence, renewable energy like solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, biothermal energy, etc. And you just visualize the first two industrial revolution, India contribution is very less, nothing is there. In the third industrial revolution, our contribution to the world is very, very minimum. Whereas the fourth industrial revolution, that this digital era, our contribution to the entire world is remarkable. More than 40% of the contribution from India only. So since independence, our country has focused great attention and focusing on the attention to the development of the promotion of the scientific temper. Next slide, please. And very recently, our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji. Next slide. Narendra Modi ji has visited Lovely Professional University in the year 2019 in order to inaugurate this Indian Science Congress, and he told that during the inauguration session, science and technology must rise the increasing aspiration of the people. The science and technology must work for the rural and urban people in order to increase the development of the welfare for the social welfare, economic welfare, and environmental welfare. So the best result of the science and technology will result the best impact only when they reach to the common man. As you are all aware that, and he has informed, he has given the new slogan, next slide, called, it is called Jai Anusandhan. To the already existing slogan, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vigyan, now we have Jai Anusandhan. That imparts that whatever scientific research that is happening in the industry or academician, that must be useful to solve the problem of the common man. Next slide, please. As you are all aware that science and technology has brought about medical revolution in the middle of the 20th century, in which drugs and antibiotics might have been discovered. These advancement in the science and technology, and especially the medical technology, has resulted in increasing the human life expectancy from 47 to 74 years. The world food production also increased enormously as it is referred by Green Revolution, and this enormous quantity of the food production that has been enhanced mainly because of the implementation of the new high-tech equipment in the agricultural field, usage of the fertilizer, pesticide, insecticide, new hybrid varieties, better quality seed that has influenced the increasing production of the food. But if you look at this, you have like a coin, you are looking at the one side of the coin, you are seeing the benefit of the science and technology, but the other side also has to be pronounced. The other side we can pronounce that more among them, the pollution of the water, air, and soil. These are all the three important, very much essential constants for the existence and the survival of all the living beings, including the plants, animal, and the human being, that has been degraded by the science and technology. As on today, there is no zero pollution industry. You name any industry, whether it is a textile industry or a leather industry, chemical industry, pharmaceutical industry, these are all the industries, they are effluent, they are discharge, that is more resulting the impact of the environment and affecting the human health. So the climate, next slide please. Climate is one of the major topic discussion in most of the leading research laboratory in the world. Climate change that happens as a result of the incoming, outgoing radiation in the atmosphere. So the average global temperature that has been increases, that is mainly due to the increasing population as well as industrialization, urbanization, etc. In the last century, the global temperature that has been increased 0.7 degrees Celsius, whereas this 21st century, it has been increased further 1.2 degrees Celsius. It might sound like a small variation in this temperature, but it is resulting, impacting the environment as well as the human health. So in this regard, next slide please, the artificial intelligence, generally the artificial intelligence has emerged as a new technological and powerful tool which can be applied in various fields that can be impacted and solving the climate change problem. Next slide please. So let me discuss the role of the artificial intelligence. For example, the climate change is considered to be the major threatening issue for global economic loss. This issue can be better solved by the artificial intelligence. In fact, the artificial intelligence play a major role in reducing the impact of the climate change the artificial intelligence integrate the internet resources to make the correct and exact suggestion based on the accurate climate change prediction. Next slide, please. So the artificial intelligence also play a crucial role in various domains of energy efficiency. By enhancing the energy efficiency can be significantly contribute to the reducing the impact of the climate change. Using artificial intelligence, it is possible and feasible to reduce the greenhouse gas emission and attainment of the carbon neutrality. Next slide, please. And you can see the next slide. Next one. See that this figure shows that how the artificial intelligence can able to manage the renewable energy sources. Artificial intelligence connect the power grid and power distribution cabinet and control the each part input and output power by controlling the this smart meter. Next slide, please. So this slide issue that it shows that how the artificial intelligence connect with the transporting system. The transport sector that contributes a major greenhouse gas emission, almost 40% of the greenhouse emission that is coming out from the transport system only. Decreasing the transportation emission has become a top priority. The artificial intelligence reducing the greenhouse gas emission by optimizing the transporting system. That is possible. Next one. Also, you can see the artificial intelligence that plays a significant role in the protection of the natural resource management, especially water resource management, soil resource management, and forest resource management, and effectively and more successfully. Finally, to conclude my talk, as the global economy population have been expanded, as a result, the energy demand also increased exponentially. The traditional pattern of way by production of the energy that is proved to be environmental pollution with the excess of emission of the greenhouse gas emission that is resulting and causing the global warming and climate change, extreme weather conditions like loss of biodiversity, increasing the rise in sea level and warming up of the ozone level, and that will be putting a lot of challenge for the survival of the human as well as the animal adaptation and climate change, and this posing a serious threat to the human life as well as the property. And in this case, the artificial intelligence is a powerful technology emerging as a new tool in the energy sector. This would be offering a promising direction for the combating the climate change to address the various kind of the environmental issues also. Finally, artificial intelligence significantly it will be mitigate the climate change by increasing the energy efficiency and providing decision making with accurate data. So finally, I would like to thank the organizing team, especially STM journal team, for having given me this wonderful opportunity to share my ideas and knowledge to all the participants. Wishing you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ravichandran sir, for your
Thank you,
insights
madam.
on greener chemical process through AI.
Thank
I
you very
would now
much.
like to invite Dr. Galviti Purnima, Assistant Professor at Presidency University, Bangalore. Dr. Purnima holds PhD in Computer Science and specializes in machine learning and deep learning. Particularly in the recognition of Indian Sign Language, she has contributed significantly to AI application in healthcare, IoT, and cybersecurity. Dr. Purnima will present her opening remarks and keynote on AI for social impact and sustainability. Welcome, ma'am. Now over to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I will share my screen.
Yes, ma'am. Please.
I wish the screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Yeah. Yes, I will be giving you the insights basically how machine learning can be utilized for the climate science, particularly to predict the climate and to possibly give certain solutions and to have a discussion about whether whatever the things happening, is it full-fledged or do we have still challenges with this? So these are the few topics probably I'll be concentrating on. When it comes to climate science, I would like to define it in the terms of as uh, it is the since we are on the earth, living on the earth, I'm talking about the climate as the environment which is making us to be alive on this environment, on this earth. If that environment is not provided, obviously we will not be surviving on the earth, as the few species are extinct now. Humans also will be found in the books in the near future. Clear? What does that mean? What is it supporting us in the case of the environment? Particularly the oceans, because these are the reasons. The oceans, I basically consider them as the reasons for the rainfall. After so many water cycle, after going through the so much of the water cycle, finally it reaches the ocean, and from there again it starts. And this is how a cloud forms. And basically, I realize if the ocean seas are not there, I wouldn't have had a concept of the rainfall at all. And along with them, we have the certain set of mountains, right? Yes, though it seems to be an obstacle for a person to cross that mountain, but yes, it is even having its importance in the climate. Then, in order to understand the climate, yes, there are several departments around the world which is has to be worked one in hand, has to go together to understand, or we can say has to agree with the at certain points with the others. Then only all this is possible. So, which are those departments? We call it as a meteorology. Basically, it deals about the cases of the earth. Oceanography talks about or concentrates on the oceans. Environmental sciences, geologies, etc. What is the significance understanding that global climate patterns are created? Right? So at least now earlier, without of the any of the methodologies, without of any kind of instruments, there were the grannies. Even today, there are there who predicts that possibly it will rain, possibly it will not rain, or possibly better to avoid to go in that road at this time in this season. There are people who tells us about that because that comes with their experience. And there was no changes so frequently in the climate. They always seem that rainy season is basically from August to certain period, and if they find a rain in the month of Jan or kind of certain things, it looks so obsolete for them. It looks so weird for them, right? Who? What is that helping us in knowing them? How they are used is the availability of the certain patterns here. They were able to plan the required agriculture, right? They were able to decide what kind of plantation they can go ahead in this period of time, how much of warehouses were required to plan early, were able to decide clearly, And it also helps us to see climatic disasters, though we are the reason. I will feel shame to accept that as a human, I'm responsible for these disasters in the climate, but I'm also a victim for that, right? So if I have to understand, or if I got a means to understand the pattern changes in the climate, yes, I would have been prepared for these disasters. Uh, One worst disaster in the recent times I feel bad is Wynod landslides, wherein many humans are lost their lives, many children have become orphaned, many old people have become uh, no support for them. Why? It is all the mistakes what they have done, but finally, yes, we are all there. But if we would have known certain things are going to happen in the near future, probably the people would have been moved out from there. Is it it is necessary to have or give an urgency importance for this? Yes. If not, whatever you're calling it as a ozone layer getting destroyed, right? They say already if some portion of the ozone layer is destroyed, and we are facing certain kind of skin diseases because of all that. If we are aware and if we are able to control it, probably yes, we can avoid much more damage to that particular ozone layer. Yes, the other constraints we have, or basically, what is the important thing with the climate is policies, whatever been developed or there in the books, but not imposed, and there is no clear cut of them telling that this should be done, this should not be done like that. If you are able to make these predictions, possibly our policies also can be stronger. The public safety and health, yes, all these will be related for our own health. We are the victims of the climate disasters, so it is better we be on the safer side to protect ourselves. What are the methods till now they were using or we are using in the climatic studies? First one is empirical observations. We are we are not doing the analysis very frequently, right? We are trying to wait to get the certain situations, certain happenings, and for the long period of time we are waiting for the data to be generated. This is in fact is true with respect to me as well. Even though the place where I'm working, everybody are forcing the particular government organization to give us a data which is been proposed 3 4 months, still it's not come out. Yes, we are able to apply the statistical methods to analyze the changes in the climate or to identify the patterns and trends, but to what extent we are doing is most important to know. Clear? So climate modeling is one of the method where mathematical models are already developed, and since if it is written in terms of some expressions, yes, I may not be able to understand, but yes, we have developed the simulations for all of them. But what is the drawback of these simulations? They are the simulations working on the static data, but not on the dynamic data. Okay. Presently, if we have to look into the challenges of the climate predictions, first one, we are not able to predict the things very accurately. That means why that accuracy in the climate prediction is missing with respect to the following of the traditional method is because of the complex variables. Complex variables is like there is a kind of chain relation between air, water. If air is corrupted, water will be corrupted. If the water is corrupted, then soil will be corrupted. Such kind of integrity constraints are so high that the variables, whatever I have to pick it up, is not an easy task. They are very, very complex in nature. And feedback loops are no, we don't have. I feel this is the basic constraint with all of us are facing it is we are all starting the problems. We know to solve it. We will go to some extent, but we forget to close it. Closing in this sense, not to solve the problem alone, closing includes the kind of feedbacks has to be collected to know whether it is right or wrong. Right, because what I have to consider in the case of the feedbacks is the methodologies, whatever would have been followed at certain situations, yes, might be good at that point, and we would have followed that because of no other go in the peak time or in the worst scenario. But what if if we have a better way of getting them? Right? If you get a feedback from the right person to talk that whether it is good or bad, that will be the best one. But we are not closing the loops, not trying to get that feedbacks. And other constraints with the predictions is basically integration of the data. Integration of the data in this sense, as I tell you, if I have to predict there will be a rain in this particular area by another 3 or 4 hours of time, it depends on so many other factors. So many other departments has to provide us that. Even if one department delays to give that, then gone, right? And the data, if it is, first one is inconsistent in the sense we are not able to make a complete data from all corners of the people required, and it is also sparse. Sparse in the sense that we are lacking a kind of management of the resources at the remote places to send the data. Then we have a computational resources constraints. What is that means? Yes, do remember that we all are happy telling that AI should come into the climate, AI should be, or machine learning should be put in to study of the climate sciences. Everything is fine, good, no doubt. But what are the constraints you have? Main constraint as a like a machine learning expert, if I have to tell, for me, the constraint is the dissipation of the heat, what I get out of that system. I cannot sit for the long time with that system. That means I should have the means to cool the system as well. That means to say the power capability of the system is the dissipation of the power from the system is very, very high. So the person who is involved in this task, he has even to spend on the cooling systems as well. And the other important thing we have to know about is complexities of the models. If the model is simple, we say, what is there in this? Even I can think of it to do. If the model is complex in nature, I say, what is happening inside that I don't know. So how will I consider it as a right or wrong? This is the statements we get out of the complexities of the models we develop. Clear? And whenever you are talking about the environment, it is not a kind of study for the certain period of time. Let me in that sense, I will study for 3 months. After that, it will work. Leave it there. No, it won't happen like that, right? It has to be having a long-term projections. Okay, what is a long-term projections? I should be having a means to collect the data, process the data for every certain period of time. I cannot say that I've done in the last year, my studies are done, so I will close it. No, it won't happen like that. Of all the things, another challenge we have is the weird behavior of the humans, right? The humans are so selfish that they are very what you call self-centered to say that well, they're very self-centered, no doubt in that. So they seems to be good. What is seems to be good for them, they are going ahead. But is it right for the others? God knows. Right? So in this way, in order to handle all this, we can bring in the machine learning. So if I have to talk about the machine learning in simple words, I will consider it as a branch of the AI. It's a simple one. If I consider AI as a bigger circle, within that I have a machine learning. Okay. So basically, what do I do with the machine learning? I will try to generate an algorithm, statistic models, and which will basically help me in studying these patterns. I don't have to wait for any of the I don't have to wait for the certain old people to tell me this is what is going to happen, right? So what are the different principal algorithms I have with respect to the machine learning? Basically, I'll have a linear regression, logistic regression, decision trees, random forest, and neural networks, right? How will we look into it? When to use for what? Right, basically linear regression and the logistic regressions are used for the classification purpose. When you talk about the decision trees and random forest, we'll use it for the regression tasks, predictions. Okay. Neural networks is used for the image recognition. Fine. So if at all I have to talk about the machine learning, I have it is common known to every one of us, but in simple words, if I have to say, it is a supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. In the case of the supervised learning, we have the data given with the labels for us to understand what is that number is representing, whereas in the case of the supervised learning, the data will be given without the names for that. Okay, that is why it is called as a. So I will be worried if the data is unlabeled. I don't know the number 30 is talking about the climate, or it is talking about the perspiration, or it is talking about the temperature. And reinforcement learning is a scenario where I will be using it uh, in a system where if you're going ahead with the good, then I'll get a rewards. If I've done any mistake, I would have got the I would have been penalized on that. Basically, reinforcement learning is used in the games. All of you would have seen all the games. If you are going ahead for every stage to stage, every level to level as you move, you get a advantages, points added into your count and all right. But similarly, if you lose the things, you will like let's say that you have done a mistake. Obviously, you'll be penalized by losing one life or maybe losing some points or some coins you will use back to buy them. So basically, I will use the reinforcement learning in the development of the games, but I have to put it here as a part of the machine learning. What whatever the traditional methods we had were not able to do it, why machine learning is capable of doing it? Yes, it have its own challenges. With all the challenges, still it have a good capability to recognize the pattern out of the given data. It would have been observed for many years that uh, if there is a area which did not have the lives living there, then it used to have a rainfall for every 6 months happily. And later on, it is observed with a pattern that as the people started living in that particular area, they started chopping off the trees one after the other. Then the rainfall either comes once in 3 months as an abrupting, or it can come after a year. This is what I call it as a pattern recognition, right? Then we can predict the things accurately in the sense how well, whatever that I say right tomorrow it will write. Who will believe that tomorrow it writes, right? That can be taken care. That is possible that with whenever I try to put in the machine learning in order to understand these what do you call it as patterns, automatically I will have a valid reason to say that the predictions what I'm going to put in paper are going to be good enough. Then automated decision making, it is, yes, we are able to make certain decisions to know whether these I can do it or I can stop it. Okay. So how will the machine learning help me to put it here? Obviously, it will help in improving the accuracy of the forecasting of the weather. Forecasting of the weather, like now we are already having these. If you open your mobile for the morning, it says today possibly the climate is 26 degrees and minimum is 19 and maximum is 26 degree. It is what it would have spread. And by afternoon, we will pop up, a message will pop up or a kind of whatever, a kind of information comes up telling that and at 4 p.m. in the evening there is a high chances to have a rain. But whether it earlier days, yes, it was not happening. Very 50-50 chances were there to depend on that with the traditional models. Now, with the implementation of the machine learning into the study of this, yes, the display, whatever I get, I can believe it up to 80%. That means accuracy of that data is gone high, right? Which, because of all this, yes, we were able to avoid the disasters as well. Then you can ask me whether why not the landslide disaster is not predicted. No, if we have to really say yes, it was the human's mistake who tried to dig out the sand from the town and done something, but the government is warned them to move to the different places at least a week or 10 days before. But the people, because of their own houses, because they don't have anybody outside, for some blah 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 reasons, they did not move out. Yeah. Simulations. Why I have to consider the simulations? Why I should not work with the direct systems is because I have the machine learning. The systems which runs on this machine learning will have a certain kind of resources requirements, which is still not easy for the layman to think of it, or even the, yes, to some extent, yes, the officials, government people are able to bring it into that, but not everyone. Look at this. What is simulation? What happens? I'm going to make a kind of game in my computer, which proves that it will be a play kind of thing, but it is really helping me to predict so many things. All right. Then, what kind of data I need to process for the understanding of the climate is most important to know. The reason I have to tell you is, yes, if it is a temperature, if it is a rainfall, if it is other things, yes, I have it in terms of the numbers. But if I have to know or if I have to study the status of the ocean or status of certain things, I need to have a satellites. Clear? That is the reason. If I would have had only the data like the rainfall or other things in terms of numbers, then yes, my simple linear regression model or maybe data classic, what do you call that? Decision trees would have been helpful. But since the climate includes even the oceans, the climate includes even the mountains where the human cannot reach, we need to have a better sensors to collect the data from them. That is what we are happening in the satellites, right? That's why neural networks comes into the picture. So what is the best use case as of now happened with the studies of climate is AI Nano events using ML models. Accuracy of EI, which significantly impact global weather patterns. Right? What are the methods they are used in this case? They are used the support vector machines, they are used the one second. Support vector machines and deep learning concepts they are used to understand how this nano events. It's now basically a kind of what do I tell you? Right? It's a kind of activities what the humans does without the concerns of the other human beings, right? So when you are able to understand or study these kind of activities done, maybe it will help us in predicting the occurrence of the various disasters. So it was capable, the models, whatever developed, were able to predict to an extent up to a year to say these events, whatever done, would have make an impact of so and so until a year of time. But whereas the traditional methods implemented were able to predict it for the 6 months ahead. What is study? What is this study helped us? It is basically helped me to predict what they basically helped us to do the water management, bring in some kind of policies to recycle the available water and disaster response. Neural networks applications, it is that is how Wynard's case is come, as well as if you look at the scenarios of the iceberg, uh, icebergs melting in certain parts of the Himalayas were because of the applying the neural network models for the satellite images set. Clear? So, how will it help? What are the new technologies in ML that can help us or utilize it to do the things? Better we integrate, better we integrate accuracy with like integrate Internet of Things. It is called as industrial IoT now, IIoT. We have a cyber physical systems which can be used. We have explainable AI, which is basically help us in understanding what we have to do. So it after predicting all this, yes, we are able to basically what I have to say is basically disaster predictions is good enough after bringing in the machine learning. Along with that, we are able to manage the resources available. Clear? Then we are able to discuss about the carbons which are released and coming into a policy to destroy the vehicles which are badly dissipating the carbon. All that decisions were made. Challenges, yes. Can I apply the machine learning so easily? No, there are high challenges. The challenges are inconsistency of the data, and we have the noisy data. Data gaps are there. Historical data biases are available. That means in the history, they would have said, no, no, it is because of them, it happened, all that. That we can avoid. So we have the biggest challenge again in interpreting what is happening inside the black box of the deep learning models. Whatever you applied, neural networks, all this, it is called. If we are working on it, we don't know what is happening inside you. Push in some information, you get out certain prediction. What exactly is happening, how the data is considered, yes, still it is very, very complex in nature to understand. Okay, and we, as you have a consistency in the output telling that 2 plus 3 is 5 in the other cases, that may not be true in this scenario because the outputs, once I produce give one data, it gives me one output. Similarly, there are chances that the same data when I process with a certain more high level systems, the output may be different. So with this, I wanted to tell you, yes, we are able to do the predictions with the climatic changes with the help of the machine learning, basically the neural networks. If I'm stressing on this, if we are capable of maintaining the dissipation of the heat, and other constraints we have with the models like complexity. If we are able to go ahead for them, yes, we can do best and better with the machine learning models in the climatic sense. With this, I would like to thank everyone who gave me this opportunity. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Dr. Purnima. Now, it is my pleasure to welcome Ms. Shivani Pahuja, Assistant Professor at MRIIRS in the CSE department with 7+ year of teaching experience and master's degree from the Thapar University. Ms. Pahuja is currently pursuing a PhD in Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning at BNet University. She is UGC NET qualified and will present her keynote on leveraging generative AI for sustainable solutions. Welcome, ma'am. Now over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Very firstly, I would like to say thanks for giving me this opportunity to be as a speaker in this very opportunistic conference. So right now I'll be presenting my screen. I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Okay. So today here in this conference will be starting with our particular topic for today's session, that is generative AI for sustainable solutions. So basically, before moving on to the like how generative AI is beneficial for various kind of applications and so on, let's bring some focus and lights on what basically the generative AI is. So the AI has evolved so many years ago, as we have seen. Basically, artificial intelligence is mimicking like the humans, whereas the generative artificial intelligence is trying to create various kind of, we can say, the images, music, audio, videos, and a number of other things just like the humans. So the generative AI creates the new data, the new models, and hence it provides us various kind of solutions. So in context to the topic of our conference today, it is basically bringing so many transformations and with the industries having various smart and efficient designs. And along with that, of course, it is playing a very, very critical role in the sustainability efforts. It focuses on how to reduce the waste, how to optimize the resources, and of course, how to predict, how to get the futuristic idea of the various environmental trends. Now, how the generative AI contributes to sustainability. Now, in nowadays, we are saying more of the organizations, more of the institution, everyone is working on the sustainability development goals. So how our sustainability is getting affected or is getting benefited with the generative AI, we'll see. Basically, it is providing us the various kind of design. Along with the design, we are having the optimization techniques, which leads to the reduction of the waste materials. As waste material is getting reduced, it is automatically going to give a benefits to the environment. As also it reduces the along with the reduction of the waste, it is giving more opportunities to the recycling. Hence, recycling is contributing a lot. This kind of models which are generated by the generative AI are improving the environmental predictions, based on which we can plan today that what kind of other factors or what kind of other things we can be facing in the future, so that we can generate the solutions for them today only. So AI-driven energy management also playing a role in enhancing the efficiency. In this way, it is sustaining the materials and products by creating using the generative AI. So now we'll be discussing that how generative AI is giving its various applications in various fields. So here we'll be looking at that the renewable energy optimization, which is a very, very important part while we talk about the sustainability, that how generative AI is working in this area. Very first part is that it is helping us to create the designs related to the solar panels and wind turbines. So solar panels have a great impact on the sustainability goals. Again, with the wind turbines, we are creating the energy which we are recycling in order to meet our requirements. So here the concept of generating AI is helping us by providing us various design which are really, really, we can say, a bit complicated if we talk about the manual generation. So it also predicts the energy demand for related to the smarter grid management. That is an efficient way of meeting the goals. It enhances the battery storage, which is again nowadays, although increasing day by day. Also, it reduces the energy loss while providing the optimization in the distribution networks that is really, really wide in nature. So it greatly impacts by reducing the energy losses. Moving on